Boston Celtics fans, are you ready to feel a surge of pure, unadulterated vindication? For years, we've watched the league's narratives unfold, often with critical eye, especially when it comes to the seismic shifts that reshape the NBA landscape. We've seen trades that made us scratch our heads, deals that left us fuming, and transactions that, in hindsight, looked utterly baffling. But what if one of the most impactful trades in recent memory, a move that sent shockwaves to the entire league, has just been unequivocally labeled by none other than our own Finals MVP, Jaylen Brown, as potentially one of the worst of all time? This isn't just a hot take. It's a powerful declaration from a player who faced Luka Doncic head-on in the biggest moments, a statement that cuts to the core of what it means to build a championship contender, and a rallying cry for a Celtics team facing an unprecedented challenge. The NBA is a league of constant motion, a swirling vortex of trades, free agency, and shifting allegiances. Every decision, every move by a front office is scrutinized under the brightest lights, often with the benefit of hindsight. But some trades, even in their immediate aftermath, spark a level of outrage and disbelief that transcends typical fan discourse. The trade that sent Luka Doncic, a generational talent, from the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers was one such moment. It was a move that left many analysts, pundits, and fans utterly bewildered, questioning the sanity of the Mavericks front office and sparking whispers of conspiracy theories about the team's ownership. For the Boston Celtics, the 2025-26 season is poised to be a crucible, a true test of their resilience and depth. The devastating news that superstar Jayson Tatum tore his Achilles against the New York Knicks in last year's playoffs cast a long shadow over the franchise. Tatum, the undisputed offensive engine of the team, will likely miss the entirety of the upcoming season, leaving a gaping void in the Celtics lineup. This monumental absence means that an immense weight will now fall squarely on the shoulders of Jaylen Brown, the reigning 2024 NBA Finals MVP. For the first time in his illustrious career, Brown will step into the role of the undisputed first option, the primary offensive force, and the unquestioned leader of this Celtics squad. It's a moment Brown has been preparing for. Perhaps unknowingly, throughout his career, he's always been a formidable talent, a dynamic scorer, and an elite defender. His Finals MVP performance against the Dallas Mavericks in 2024 was a masterclass in two-way basketball, showcasing his ability to impact the game on both ends of the floor. In those finals, Brown had the unenviable task of guarding Luka Doncic, the very player whose trade is now the subject of his blunt assessment. Brown did about as good a job as one could hope against the Slovenian sensation, demonstrating his defensive versatility and competitive fire. He knows firsthand the immense talent Dončić possesses, and perhaps that intimate knowledge fuels his strong opinion on the trade. Recently, in a preview of Netflix's upcoming Starting Five series, which will feature Brown, the Celtics star did not mince words when asked about the Dončić trade. His response was as direct as a perfectly executed fast break. "That might be like one of the worst trades of all time," Brown declared, a quote that quickly circulated on social media, courtesy of Showtime Luka on X, formerly Twitter. This isn't just casual locker room chatter. It's a powerful statement from a player at the peak of his powers, a player who's directly competed against the subject of the trade, and a player who understands the intricate balance of talent and team building required to win at the highest level. Brown's sentiment echoes the widespread condemnation that followed the Dončić trade. Nico Harrison and the Dallas Mavericks front office were, indeed, widely panned in the aftermath. The decision to part ways with a player of Dončić's caliber, especially after he had established himself as one of the league's premier talents, seemed inexplicable to many. The outrage was so profound that some even floated the conspiracy theory that the trade was a calculated ploy by the Mavericks' new ownership group to pave the way for the team's relocation from Dallas to Las Vegas. While such theories often border on the fantastical, their very existence underscores a depth of disbelief and anger that the trade generated among fans and analysts alike. For Jaylen Brown, this season presents a unique and compelling opportunity. With Tatum sidelined and key veterans like Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis now members of the Portland Trail Blazers and Atlanta Hawks, respectively, the offensive burden on Brown will be unprecedented. Holiday, a defensive stalwart and clutch performer, was acquired by the Blazers in a separate trade, while Porzingis, the versatile big man, was sent to the Hawks. These departures further amplify Brown's role, making him the undisputed focal point of the Celtics' attack. He will still have the steady presence of Derek White as a sidekick, a reliable two-way guard who has consistently exceeded expectations. Additionally, the team acquired Anthony Simons in the holiday trade, and it will be fascinating to see how much the dynamic guard is able to contribute to Boston's offense. However, make no mistake, the 2025-26 campaign will be the best opportunity Brown has ever gotten to put his full skill set on display and, perhaps more importantly, to silence the many doubters who still linger, despite his Finals MVP win 2 years ago. There have always been whispers, criticisms about his decision-making, his ball handling, and his ability to consistently lead an offense. This season, with the spotlight shining brighter than ever, Brown has a chance to definitively answer those questions. If he's able to lead this iteration of the Celtics, a team significantly depleted by injuries and trades, to the playoffs, there would be little doubt left about his prowess as a player, his leadership capabilities, and his status as a true superstar in this league. The Celtics will kick off their season on October 22nd against the Philadelphia 76ers, a rivalry game that will immediately test Brown's mettle and the team's new identity. It's a daunting task, but one that Brown, with his fierce competitiveness and unwavering confidence, seems more than ready to embrace. His blunt assessment of the Dončić trade isn't just a throwaway comment. It's a reflection of his deep understanding of what it takes to build a winning team, and perhaps a subtle nod to the Celtics' own strategic decisions in retaining their core talent. While other teams might make moves that leave them vulnerable, Brown's comment suggests a belief in the Celtics' own path, even in the face of adversity. This season for Jaylen Brown is not just about individual statistics. It's about legacy. It's about proving that he can be the primary engine of a playoff team, that his Finals MVP was not a fluke, and that he can elevate those around him. His strong opinion on the Dončić trade, while seemingly about another team's decision, subtly reinforces the Celtics' own commitment to their players and their vision. It's a reminder that in the high-stakes world of the NBA, every decision, every trade has ripple effects, and some, as Brown so eloquently put it, might just go down as one of the worst of all time. What do you make of Jaylen Brown's incredibly blunt assessment of the Luka Doncic trade? Do you agree with his strong opinion? Or do you think the Mavericks had a justifiable reason for making such a move? And perhaps more importantly, how do you see Jaylen Brown performing this season as the Celtics' undisputed first option, especially with Jayson Tatum sidelined? Share your thoughts, your predictions, and your reactions to Brown's fiery comments in the section below. And if you're as excited as we are to see how this dramatic Celtics season unfolds, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for all the in-depth analysis and passionate commentary you crave.